So this is Boruto Manga Chapter 55. I've already read this chapter. I'm just doing a reaction to it now. So I'm not gonna. Well, clearly it's gonna be spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then just don't watch. But if you do watch this, make sure you check out the chapter. This is okay. So they think Naruto's dead at this point, and even Naruto thinks he's dead. But Kurama, he did this. I think it's called a Baryon mode, where they feed off of Naruto and Kurama's raw chakra, and it burns away their life force. So it gives you ultimate power while also killing you in the process. And Naruto thought he was going to die, but actually Kurama's the one who ended up taking the L. And Naruto's just knocked out, and everyone thinks that Naruto's dead. So this may be our last conversation, so start talking. Naruto doesn't know what to say. He's flustered because he doesn't know how to come to terms with actually. Because being dead, you wouldn't expect it like the way Naruto is right here, like sitting in a place. And I don't know how it would look because it's in black and white. But when it's animated, I'm pretty sure it's like that realm. Like you remember in the pain fight where Minato came and saw Naruto, and they were in that little astral plane or whatever you want to call it. That's probably what it looks like. Kurama starts to disappear, but until that day comes, you be well, Naruto. So Naruto thinks that he's dead, but Kurama lets him know, no, I'm the one dying. That's pretty much what he's saying. Then Naruto reaches out to Kurama, says, hey, wait, don't go, Kurama. And then as Kurama disappears, Boruto grabs Naruto's hand, and I guess the sight of Kurama disappearing shocked Naruto into waking up. What about Sasuke? Wait, let me make sure this is... Oh, so that was last chapter, okay. So last chapter, Boruto swings in and stabs Sasuke's Sharingan. Or just Rinnegan at this point. And now Sasuke can't teleport anymore and use that broken teleportation jutsu he does. Time-space ninjutsu. He can't do that anymore, so they have to rely on Boruto, which makes sense. So in this chapter, or last chapter, they made sure that Naruto's not going to have QB, so he can't keep saving the day. And they made sure Sasuke doesn't have his space-time ninjutsu, so that he can't keep saving the day. So it's going to have to be up to Boruto, unless Konohamaru becomes a main player. Because Konohamaru's getting the Gohan treatment. Because Ultimate Gohan and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, back in the Cell arc and the Majin Buu arc, they were golden. And then in Dragon Ball Super, Gohan just fell off completely. And that's what it seems like they did with Konohamaru. Even because Konohamaru took out one of the paths of pain with the Rasengan. And now looking at Konohamaru, he's just so weak compared to you'd expect him to be better. That's not to be rude, but can we talk about this later after we get home? Alright, sorry. Let's keep going. Boruto, can you do it? Huh? Man, Boruto's actually annoying, dude. He's so oblivious sometimes. You wouldn't expect that. But Boruto can be annoying, actually. The character Boruto, not the series. Okay, we have Code sitting here. Code is one of the inner members of Kara. And we find out that he has a karma seal, but he's not he can't be, what would you call that? Otsutsuki cannot reincarnate into him, but he can become a perfect Otsutsuki because he has a karma seal. Or if that's, I'm not totally sure, but I'm pretty sure that he can be fed to the whatchamacallit, to the tailed beast, to the Ten Tails, either him or Kawaki, and one looks after it, because we find out that the Otsutsuki come to Earth to planets in pairs. Like, I found out that it was Ishiki and Kaguya, but for some reason Kaguya turned on him and pretty much beat him to death. And before he died, he went and took over Jigen's body, and Jigen was just a normal person. And Ishiki took him over and lived inside of him all the way up until Kashin Koji beat him up pretty much. He beat him up and forced him to waste the remaining of his life pretty much. So Ishiki had to come out. No, he had to incarnate inside of Jigen's body, taking it over, and then he appeared, so he could only live for 2 days. And then they fought, and Naruto and Sasuke made him waste the rest of his life by Naruto going into the Baryon mode, and then okay, it's a long story, you just have to read the chapter, but right before his time limit ran out, Kawaki was there, and if he could make it to Kawaki, he could live pretty much. He wouldn't disappear. He would have a vessel pretty much. And Kawaki used the Shadow Clone, and he fell for that. You'd think with having the Byakugan, you would know better. So it's like, is he smart? I don't think Ishiki's that smart. Because he has the like every Otsutsuki has the Byakugan. Like, I don't see how he couldn't see through that. Okay, back to the chapter. Let's see here. Okay, Ishiki comes and talks to Code. Yep. And Code is his most loyal servant. And when I was reading it earlier, I was actually thinking that he was his most what would you call that, vigilant student. I didn't think that he would actually follow him. I thought he was gonna like abandon him or stab him in the back or something, but no, he didn't. I didn't know he was gonna end up being his most loyal. Let's see here. Let's skip all this. Ishiki tells him that it was Kawaki and Boruto and Naruto and Sasuke who are the ones who got in the way and ended up killing him. Let's see here. Then Code wants to get revenge. Cool. Tells him about the chakra fruit. And then we see this awesome picture. Not necessarily awesome, but we see this picture of, he says, okay, I'm gonna read it off. It says, then go forth and devour planet after planet across space. Keep evolving until you become a peerless, unique existence, a god. And then it zooms in and shows this omnipotent looking thing, something that you'd think that would appear in, what you'll call that? The DC or Marvel Comics universe. Like some Dormammu thing. Yep. Boruto trying to do a space-time ninjutsu and fails because Boruto can actually be annoying, actually. Let's see here. Kawaki, actually I kind of like the character of Kawaki. But later on, like in the later chapters, which, here's a spoiler alert if you haven't read them, Kawaki starts, I'm starting to think Kawaki wants the Karma Suit. I think he kind of regrets getting rid of it, because when he faces Boruto, he automatically tries to absorb Boruto's lightning style jutsu and fails, and afterwards he's like, do I need to rely on this? He said, did I really rely on it after all? Or something like that. And so we know that it just looks like he's gonna turn. You can see the power, the hunger for power. He says he wants to do anything to protect Naruto. So he has this hunger for power. Just like Sasuke did when he was younger, but it was for to take out Itachi. This time is to protect Naruto, but like, I don't know, he said he'll do anything it takes to get it. Like, when I heard that, I was like, it reminded me of Sasuke, and like, is he going to go seek out Orochimaru or something? But that's not going to happen, because I don't think Orochimaru's still doing that kind of stuff. And even if he did, Naruto and Sasuke would just take him out instantly. Not to mention Kashin Koji, though. Another spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1, whatever. So Kashin Koji's Jiraiya, or Jiraiya clone, for what we know.